This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Give them a call, 727-9900.
Welcome to News 25. Today is Wednesday, February 9th. Well, a woman is transported to Desert View Hospital here in town after she was struck by a vehicle by walking Tuesday evening.
The woman was walking along Wilson Road east of Blagg Road around 7 p.m. Tuesday when she was struck by a passing pickup. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue and Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies responded to the scene. Medics assessed the victim, who had a laceration on her head and abrasions to her hands. A witness says the woman was pushing a shopping cart and went directly into the roadway as the pickup was driving by. Authorities say the woman driving the pickup left the scene after the crash but returned after leaving her vehicle at home. The pedestrian was taken to the hospital for treatment of her injuries. The Nye County Sheriff's Office is investigating to determine if any citations will be issued.
And another crash Tuesday evening here in town left 2 vehicles damaged, but luckily no one was seriously hurt.
Nevada Highway Patrol is investigating a crash that happened around 6:30 Tuesday evening at the intersection of State Route 160 and South Dandelion Street. A witness says the driver of a white Kia Soul pulled off of Dandelion and onto 160, failing to yield the right-of-way to a Dodge Durango. The collision caused significant damage to both vehicles. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue medics assessed the occupants involved. All declined to be transported to the local hospital. Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies handled traffic control around the scene as crews cleaned up debris and troopers investigated the crash.
And shortly after that crash, a structure fire was reported last night on Winsong Lane. The fire was reportedly extinguished prior to the arrival of police and fire crews. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue say that they found smoke in the roof portion of that manufactured home and added a water tender to respond. They were able to extinguish that blaze with any further extension in quick fashion. Well, according to the Pahrump Valley Times, our local Bank of America branch will be closing permanently. The branch has had temporary closes since the beginning of COVID, citing lack of employees and sanitation protocols due to the pandemic. Bank of America has numerous branches closing in the United States according to its website, which they say updates regularly. But it still lists our B of A here in Pahrump is open currently, and they on their bank recording on the telephone says that they are temporarily closed. News 25 has made several attempts to contact Bank of America representatives and is awaiting a return phone call. The paper says that they intend to continue their ATM at the current location on the corner of Highway 160 and 372 and permanently close in late May. They say that customers should be receiving details in the mail shortly. News 25 will return right after this break.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest-reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on. This segment of the news is brought to you by Sunset Valley Pools. For quality service and supplies, call 775-513-4114.
Welcome back to News 25. Well, the Pahrump Valley Winery is filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. According to an attorney for the winery and restaurant on Winery Road, they intend to reorganize. They say that they currently do not have a plan in place for the reorganization, but have been approved by the court to move forward. Their representatives say that the PV Winery will remain open and the bankruptcy and reorganization should not affect day-to-day business operations. On January 31st of this year, the petition was filed by the Nevada Wine Cellars Incorporated for relief under Chapter 11 of the United States Bankruptcy Code. The debtor's case was assigned and is pending before the Honorable Judge Natalie M. Cox in the U.S. Bankruptcy Court of Nevada Division of Las Vegas. The debtor is being represented by the law firm Larson and Zerzow, LLC. A hearing will be held on March 3rd of this year at the Bankruptcy Court there in Las Vegas. All non-governmental creditors must file their claims with the bankruptcy court by June 1st of this year. Well, every day Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies rely on help from its team of auxiliary officers. The volunteers perform a number of duties to assist the Sheriff's Office, allowing deputies to focus on community safety. Auxiliary Officer Daryl Thompson says there's always a need for new members, and applying is easy.
The auxiliary is a volunteer group from the community, citizen volunteers from all types of backgrounds. And we have been challenged to perform many functions within the Sheriff's Department that allows them to stay out on the street and perform their duties. Our mandate is to assist in traffic control for special events, accidents, fires, parades, crime scenes, and handicap parking citations. The auxiliary performs between 16 and 18,000 hours a year that gives back to the community for deputies to do other things needed. The training, once we pass the background checks with the FBI, then they are brought in and we have an academy that's 120 hours. Once they leave the academy, they go into an FTO program that's approximately 3 to 5 weeks where they ride along to do these items that we just spoke about. Our backgrounds are just as varied as the people in our community. They're all welcome. They all bring something to the table, and we learn just as they learn from each other. We have everything that we need to perform our duties, from vehicles to radios to body cameras. We have traffic units that work 6 in the morning to 6 at night. We have them that work 6 at night to 6 in the morning. But the traffic units are available 24 hours a day on call. We have applications at the front office in the Sheriff's Department. Stop by, pick one up. Then if we feel that the qualifications are there from you to us, then we'll bring you in for an interview and start your paperwork with all the agencies that we need to get you cleared for service.
Well, volunteers are organizing the Neighborhood Watch programs throughout the Pahrump Valley. The goal is simple: to deter criminal activity. Nye County Sheriff's Office auxiliary officers like Edward Underhill are teaching residents how to better protect their neighborhoods.
The Neighborhood Watch is a small part of the Nye County Auxiliary, Sheriff's Auxiliary, and we are around 30 volunteer officers that perform assistance to the community. As more residents move into our town, the chance of being victimized are increasing all the time. The most effective way to combat that is to have neighbors look after their neighbors. I have drills requesting members to do all these things to make the community safe. And the one thing that I'd like to say more than anything is information is the key to reducing crime, and at a time where there is an insane movement to defund the police, I feel that it's necessary to support and assist our peacekeepers in any way possible. We also like to encourage things like cameras. The Ring is very important because that goes off automatically with a motion detection, and it records it. And so that seems to be very effective in deterring crime or solving crimes. Call me. I can give you my number if you like, 702-686-7433. Schedule a meeting and I'll be there. But it's a great deterrent because if the bad guys see somebody looking, they're going to go the other way. And that's how it works. People that get together, 4 or 5 of them want to get together for a neighborhood watch program, I'll be glad to go over there and have them set up a schedule. If they want to do night work and so forth, that's fine. Another thing that I found that could be a deterrent is they have a motion-activated sprinkler, and they can set that up in their yard at night or whatever and spray down not only the rabbits and the coyotes, but the bad guys that might be creeping up on them.
Thanks so much, Ed. And Daryl. Well, a report released Tuesday by the Las Vegas Realtors shows the new year did little to change the trajectory of local housing markets as home prices reached another record high amid a historically tight supply. Las Vegas Realtors reported that the median price of existing single-family homes sold in southern Nevada through its multiple listing service during January was $435,000. That tops the record high set in December. The median home price is up 26.1% from $345,000 1 year ago. The median price of local condos and townhomes sold in January is $243,000. That also breaks the all-time record set the previous month and is up 25.9% from $193,000 in January of 2021. More news on the other side of this break.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. News 25, local news you can count on.
Well, you know what's happening this weekend. The Cincinnati Bengals are getting ready to take on the Los Angeles Rams in the Super Bowl. And you can bet fans are pumped up and ready to go. But doctors say too much stress and excitement can be dangerous for those who may have already had a heart condition.
Basically, in America, the Super Bowl is our biggest unofficial holiday. We overeat, we overdrink. It's a very stressful moment. And you put all that together, especially for people that are already at increased risk of having heart attacks, those with high blood pressure, those with high cholesterol, diabetes, if you smoke, if you drink too much, if you're overweight, all that can come together and form a perfect storm and increase your risk on the big day of the big game to have a heart attack then.
So what can fans do to help protect themselves during the big game? Dr. Nicholas Ruthman, who is a cardiologist for Cleveland Clinic, says try to avoid stress as much as possible. One way to do that is to take breaks when the players take breaks. And don't forget to drink some water. He says it's easy to get dehydrated. When it comes to those delicious Super Bowl spreads, try to limit how much unhealthy food you're eating and go for some fruits and veggies instead. You should also limit your alcohol intake. Dr. Ruthman says if you notice any of the following warning signs, you should seek medical care right away.
So if you do feel symptoms of potential heart attack, and those can range from having chest pain, acute shortness of breath, even feeling of unwell, some people just feel nauseous or they have fatigue, make sure you seek care. That's the biggest thing I can offer is to call 911. If you have an aspirin, chew it in your route, and to seek attention.
Dr. Ruthman says it's also important to take your regular medications, and if you have high blood pressure or diabetes, be sure to monitor those.
Well, today, the Division of Welfare and Supportive Services, or DWSS, reminds Nevadans that the Energy Assistant Program is available to help residents afford their heating and cooling bills. Additionally, the program can help households get caught up on their heating and cooling bills if they are behind on payments. The state of Nevada recently received additional federal funding to support this program that provides eligible households with a one-time benefit, usually paid directly to the energy provider. The new federal funds will allow the program to increase the number of households that can be served. To be eligible for the program, a household must meet the minimum qualifications, including U.S. citizenship, Nevada residency, household income that does not exceed 150% of the federal poverty guidelines, and the household must be responsible for paying home energy costs. Of course, if you want more information, you can go onto our local Prompt Facebook page or go to the Division of Welfare and Supportive Services website. Well, today's Save a Pet, we meet an older dog who was surrendered to Desert Haven Animal Society. Now she's looking for her new forever home. Darby O'Donnell tells us more.
This segment is brought to you by Higher Society Smoke Shop in Las Vegas. Call 702-982-2300. Call 702-982-2300.
Hi, I'm Darby here at Desert Haven Animal Society, and today we are joined with Jasmine. Jasmine is an older dog. She is 14 years old, a beautiful Aussie mix. She did come in as an owner surrender with another doggy. Beautiful little girl, though. She is primarily all white, and then she has these little patches of like brindle coloring and cute little brindle ears. She is just super loving, immediately comes up to you, very, very affectionate, also very talkative. She's just a chunky little cute girl. If you want to come and see Jasmine or any of her friends here at Desert Haven Animal Society, you can always give them a call at 775-751-7020, or you can look them up on their Facebook page at Desert Haven Animal Society. Reminder that Jasmine is a senior, so she does qualify for the Senior to Senior program. So seniors over the age of 60 get free adoption fees for her, and also currently active and retired military get free adoption fees as well. So come down and see Jasmine.
She is such a sweetie. Well, if you are a landlord, you probably have rental renovations on your to-do list. But where should you start? In today's Ask Angie, Mallory Misotich gives us her best advice for renovating a rental.
Updating your rental property is a great way to catch the attention of prospective renters. Mallory Misotich, a home care expert at Angie, is here to walk you through some simple renovations that will make all the difference.
If you want to spruce up your rental property, start by renovating the kitchen. A nice kitchen makes a great impression on prospective renters, and it doesn't take too much time or money to give it a fresh look. Start with smaller updates like repainting the cabinets or installing lighting, adding a fresh backsplash, painting, or even adding more workspace like a floating island. If you're willing to invest a little bit more money, new appliances are a great way to attract good quality tenants.
The bathroom is another important room to renovate. A modern bathroom is a sign that your property is well maintained and updated regularly. It may sound like an expensive endeavor, but many bathroom renovations can be relatively simple and inexpensive. Try retiling the floor, adding in a new shower door, installing a new vent, or replacing the hardware. You'd be surprised at how big of a difference a fresh bathroom can make in rental appeal.
Updating the flooring is one of my top recommendations when renovating a rental. You don't need to replace the floors completely to give them a modern look. Consider buffing or sanding hardwoods to refresh them without breaking the bank. If you're willing to invest a little bit more, think about a surface like laminate floors or tile that are extremely durable. This way you can keep them clean between tenants, and things like pets can have more of a limited impact. For carpet, a deep cleaning is an absolute must between every tenant.
If you want the quickest and easiest way to update your rental, look no further than the paint on your walls. Try a fresh coat of a light neutral color. Another way to easily upgrade your space is to add storage. Extra storage combined with a light paint color will help make small spaces feel open, organized, and livable.
Nowadays, renters are always looking for top-notch amenities. And when you have a standalone rental, sometimes it's hard to compete with the big units and big buildings that can offer things like pools and other facilities. One recommendation that I have is thinking about your appliances. Upgrading existing appliances by replacing them with newer models is a great way to attract quality tenants. You can also add some other amenities that will help make the space feel like home, thinking about a fenced yard or outdoor space, or if you have the ability, maybe even something like a pool or a hot tub.
If the windows are drafty or look like they need an update, make the switch to energy-efficient windows. They're inexpensive and they can be a real selling point to renters because they will help keep energy costs down.
As I mentioned before, don't forget to pay attention to the outdoor space. When potential renters are viewing the property, outdoor space is their first impression. Luckily, this is an easy space to renovate and maintain. Try repainting the front door and pruning trees and shrubs, reseeding the lawn if it's patchy. Add places for your prospective tenants to enjoy your outdoor space. If you don't have a lot of outdoor space, maximize what you have. These simple changes will ensure your property makes a great first impression.
Do you have questions about your home projects? Tweet them using hashtag AskingAngie. That's hashtag AskingAngie, and you may get some tips in an upcoming segment.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Let's take a look outside. A little bit breezy today. We're going to find out what's in store for your weather right after this.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studio. It's great to see you here on a Wednesday, and what beautiful weather we've had all today and, all over the state, actually. 57 degrees, Fernley, Fallon, Carson City, mid-50s in Tonopah, Goldfield, but keeping up pretty good. Out to Beatty, 70 degrees. 77 is the hot spot of the state today in Amargosa, as so often it is. And in Las Vegas, 75 degrees. I think they're starting to cut on the AC in those casinos. How about that? 87 degrees out in Death Valley for sure, cutting on some AC out there. Here in the Paradise of Pahrump, let's take a look. 69 degrees is our current temperature, and it's glorious. 27 is where we're heading tonight. That'll be a little bit frosty with that 27% humidity, but don't pay no, never mind. We got clear skies as the sun is going down right now. Enjoy it while you can. It's going to be back tomorrow at about 6:36 a.m. We'll look forward to that, and a high tomorrow of 75 degrees, sunshiny skies as we head on into the week and the weekend. What do we got? A whole bunch of sunshine for the next 3-4 days. Oh, it's going to be great. Winds under 10 miles per hour, temperatures all the way up to the mid and upper 70s the next couple days. And then it's going to start cooling off starting about Tuesday. Look at that, drops 23 degrees for a high of 50 on Tuesday. Wednesday close behind at 56. All kinds of winds coming up over on this part of the week here. We're not really looking forward to it, but let's pay attention to the sunny side and look on that. All right, back to the desk.
Thanks so much, John. Well, playing sports and just activities in general really helps out children with so many different things. They also stay out of trouble besides having self-esteem, something to do, physical activity, and social skills. There is a website that everybody's been kind of sending around on Facebook right now, which is called kidsplaysportsfund.com. This is a really great website that you can also help any child who's under the age of 18 who wants to participate in an organized sport have the opportunity to do so, regardless of the family's financial status. And what this does is it helps the kids with gear, fees, travel, club dues. You can request a grant and you can donate right there by going to kidsplaysportsfund.com. All right, there we go. We're back on the screen. So kidsplaysportsfund.com. You can go right to that site and donate. You can always donate locally if you would like to, but this is a great opportunity if you'd like to go to that. Also, it's shared on our local Pahrump Facebook page. We'll see you back here tomorrow night.